Unraveling the core of Greek logical principles. The principle of beginning is fundamental, establishing that every logical argument must start somewhere. This starting point lays the groundwork, ensuring there's a clear basis from which reasoning and discussion can evolve. The principle of manifest reason highlights the critical need for transparency and clarity in reasoning. Every assertion made within an argument must have a clear, understandable reason behind it, ensuring that the logic is accessible and defensible. Addressing the dimension of time, the principle of time acknowledges how arguments are not static. They unfold over time, which plays a pivotal role in shaping the context and understanding of logical sequences and conclusions. The principle of space brings into focus the significance of context and boundaries within logical reasoning. It reminds us that arguments do not exist in a vacuum, but are influenced by their spatial surroundings and limitations. At the heart of logical consistency lies the principle of identity, asserting that an entity must always remain true to itself. This principle is crucial for maintaining clarity and avoiding contradictions within any logical discourse. The principle of the entire urges us to look beyond fragments and consider the whole context. It's a reminder that understanding comes from seeing the big picture, not just isolated parts. This holistic approach ensures a comprehensive grasp of arguments, allowing for a deeper appreciation of the complexities involved. In the realm of logic, the principle of the binary introduces the concept of inherent dualities. This principle highlights the natural existence of opposing forces, revealing the importance of examining both sides of an argument. It's a crucial element for fostering balanced and fair reasoning. The principle of the excluded third cuts through ambiguity by asserting that a statement and its negation cannot both be true, effectively eliminating the possibility of a middle ground. This principle is vital for maintaining clarity in logical discourse, ensuring that arguments remain focused and decisive. Acknowledging the principle of gradation brings a recognition of the nuances within arguments. It understands that not everything is black or white. There are shades of gray that need to be considered. This principle introduces a level of sophistication in logical analysis by allowing for degrees and levels within discussions. The principle of non-contradiction stands as a cornerstone of logical consistency, asserting that contradicting statements cannot both be true. It's a safeguard against the confusion that arises from logical fallacies, ensuring that arguments are built on a solid foundation of coherency and truth. The principle of relatedness or hierarchy is a crucial aspect of organizing logical arguments. It places entities or ideas into structured relationships, creating a framework that makes understanding complex systems more manageable. This organization helps in discerning the underlying structure of arguments, making logical progression clear and intuitive. Mastery of the principle of manifest reason is vital for anyone looking to craft compelling arguments. It demands that every assertion is backed by clear, understandable reasoning, ensuring that arguments are both persuasive and grounded in logic. This principle is the bedrock of effective communication, allowing ideas to be conveyed with clarity and conviction. The principle of time plays a significant role in the structure and effectiveness of logical arguments. It acknowledges the importance of sequencing and timing, understanding that the order in which ideas are presented can greatly affect their impact and coherence. This temporal aspect of logic helps in constructing arguments that are not only logical, but also compelling and relevant to the audience. Understanding the principle of space is essential for logical reasoning, as it considers the impact of spatial boundaries and contexts. This principle reminds us that logic does not exist in a vacuum, but is influenced by the physical or conceptual spaces within which arguments are made. Recognizing these influences allows for a more nuanced and effective application of logic. The principle of identity asserts the importance of consistency within logical arguments. It holds that an entity must always remain identical to itself, ensuring that arguments are built on a foundation of truth and reliability. This principle is key to maintaining logical integrity, ensuring that contradictions do not undermine the argument's validity. Exploring the principle of space invites us to consider how surrounding environments or contexts influence our logical reasoning. It's a reminder that logic doesn't exist in a vacuum, but is shaped by the spatial boundaries we navigate. Embracing the principle of identity is crucial for ensuring that our arguments maintain consistency and truth. It asserts that for logic to hold, an entity must always remain identical to itself, serving as the bedrock of coherent discourse. The principle of the entire advocates for a holistic view of logic. It encourages us to look beyond fragmented or isolated pieces of an argument, urging a comprehensive understanding that considers all relevant factors and perspectives. Understanding the principle of the binary reveals the inherent dualities present in logical thought. It highlights how logic often operates in terms of propositions and their negations, emphasizing the importance of recognizing these dual aspects. Applying the principle of the excluded third can significantly clarify our reasoning by eliminating ambiguity. It posits that a statement and its negation cannot both be true, thus simplifying complex logical evaluations by excluding middle possibilities. The principle of gradation introduces a sophisticated layer to logical analysis, acknowledging that not all arguments are black and white. This recognition of shades and degrees within debates adds depth and complexity, enriching logical examination. By safeguarding discussions against logical fallacies, the principle of non-contradiction plays a critical role. It asserts that contradictory statements can't simultaneously be true, ensuring arguments are built on a foundation of consistency and reliability. The principle of relatedness or hierarchy orders thoughts and entities in a structured manner. This organization is crucial for understanding the relative positions and relationships within any logical system, providing a clear framework for analysis. Through the principle of opposites against, logic embraces the dynamic interplay between conflicting ideas. This principle sheds light on how tensions and disagreements can drive the evolution of thought, leading to deeper insights and resolutions. Grasping the principle of beginning marks the initial step towards profound logical understanding. It emphasizes the importance of identifying the roots from which logical sequences sprout, setting the stage for a coherent and structured exploration of ideas. The principle of manifest reason is a beacon guiding every logical journey. It demands that each step taken is supported by clear, undeniable evidence. This ensures that arguments do not just float in abstraction but are anchored in rationale. In the realm of logic, the principle of time acts as a gatekeeper, determining the relevance and validity of arguments across different eras. It underscores the importance of timing and sequence, ensuring that logic remains applicable and dynamic. The principle of space extends logic beyond the confines of the mind, acknowledging the influence of physical and abstract boundaries. It champions the idea that context is not just a backdrop, but a key player in shaping logical outcomes. Identity, at its core, is about consistency. The principle of identity insists on the unwavering truth that an entity must remain true to itself across all discussions and debates. This fidelity safeguards logic from descending into chaos. Together, the principles of the entire, binary, excluded third, gradation, and non-contradiction construct the infrastructure of logical thought. They advocate for a holistic view, embrace duality, clarify dichotomies, introduce hierarchy, and protect against contradictions, ensuring a robust, structured approach to reasoning.